Despite being a relatively new recreation department, Bedford Recreation offers an extensive array of both indoor and outdoor programs. From children's daycare to adult drama instruction to microwave cooking, there is something for every community member. Recreation Director Bob Noss says that the department has come a long way since its beginnings in 1972.
Because of the nature of its surroundings and the Bedford Basin and all the amenities that go with the basin, recreation in Bedford has been quite popular. It sort of started out as a private sector. There was the old Bedford Tennis Club, which eventually turned into the Yacht Club. Some 15 years ago, recreation took a formal significance when it invited the Halifax YMCA to come to Bedford to start organizing youth programs. There was a recognizable need for youth development in the community, and the YMCA was appropriate organization to approach. That evolved into a number of other recreational programs, i.e. adult programs and special events, and such as our annual Bedford Days, which started some 13 years ago. Approximately 12 years ago, there was the need for recreational facilities as a centerpiece for the community, and then they went on a financial campaign with the help of both three forms of government. They organized a campaign and erected the Bedford Rec Center. The governing body back then was the Bedford Service Commission. In 1980, the Service Commission turned over to a town. And what happened then, the department became formally structured as the Bedford Parks and Recreation Association.
Noss stresses the importance of volunteers in both the development and operation of the department.
Recreation in Bedford started because of volunteerism, and it will only continue because of the volunteer input. If there's no volunteer in Bedford, the rec department will not survive.
Each year, the volunteers are honored at a special awards ceremony. Bedford's 1987 Volunteer of the Year was lifelong resident Chummy Locke. He is receiving his award from Ann McVickers, chairperson of the Bedford Recreation Commission.
He's happy to help anyone in Bedford, and whatever financial profit ensues is passed to the Leisure Club to help other activities there. Here is a man who is happy to work diligently for the people of Bedford. His only reward, the deep satisfaction of seeing the job well done. Here is a man who richly deserves Bedford's best way of saying thank you by naming him Recreation Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations, John Locke.
Bedford has the distinction of being situated amidst an abundant supply of natural lakes, forests, and recreational lands. Over the years, the Recreation Department has made good use of these natural facilities by designing a variety of outdoor programs around them. This canoe clinic at Paper Mill Lake has always been a popular program. Cyril, Whiskers Weiss, is the course instructor.
I teach the majority of the outdoor recreational courses through Bedford here. This year, with our canoeing course, we tried to direct the course to scouting, simply because there was a great need for pre-trip planning and training for boys and leaders. We do have programs that are just open to the general public, and the age range there has sometimes gone from 7 or 8 years old right up to 60. This course has been a 2-month in preparation. We've ran a 4-week filming session to give people an idea on what to expect. We've then ran a 1-hour pool session to give everyone a chance to show us their swimming skills, and then we've done some of the level 1 canoeing requirements, which are things like jumping in and out of a canoe and swimming with a swamp canoe, and a fair amount of the safety aspects involved in level 1 canoeing. And then we're now moving on to the on-water sessions, where the participants are actually getting a chance to practice some of the skills and get to do some of the things they've actually seen in the films.
The warm waters of Paper Mill Lake are also an excellent location for some of Bedford's summer swimming courses. This beginner's level program is usually filled to capacity. On hot summer days, there's no place that instructor Angela Grace would rather be.
And we offer a Red Cross swimming program here, having courses from water orientation, plus the Red Cross program of yellow through up to white, which is the highest level. And we also offer SO Swim Canada program.
Also included in Bedford's summer recreation schedule are supervised playground activities. One location is the Lions Park on beautiful Bedford Basin, where activities include a little bit of everything.
Throughout the day, we run various events, maybe some team sports where it involves team cooperation, running relays, various arts and crafts things that some kids can maybe excel at and others can't. Different things like that where they can experience different things with other children or Aaron and I as leaders.
With Bedford's many wooded recreation areas, it only fits that the department should offer a course in woods proofing. The department's outdoor specialist, Cyril Weiss, is the course instructor.
What we're going to mainly be doing is going for a short hike along the highway here, and we'll be sort of looking at some edible plants, those kinds of things, simply because there's lots of varieties of edible plants along the highway. Then we'll be walking into the woods along a trail, and at that point we will change from a happy group that is out for a Saturday afternoon stroll to a group that is lost. And we'll start to then look at all of the things that we'd have to consider to make ourselves more comfortable. Certainly there's lots of bugs around today, and you might have noticed there's a fair amount of wind. You might have to put some extra clothing on to keep away from the wind. You might have to find ways to get in the shade to keep out of the sun, just depending upon what we run into when we're walking in the woods. Now the other thing is that as we get deeper into the woods, we'll have to consider that maybe we'll be spending the night there, and we'll be looking at places where we could find shelter, and then we'll consider the worst of all possible evils, and that's that we're actually lost and we might not make it out, and we have to try and make ourselves visible to someone who may be looking for us. And eventually, as we find our way back out of the woods, we'd like to talk about the kinds of things that could prevent us getting into a lost situation to begin with.
Apart from specialized outdoor programs such as woods proofing and wild plants identification, Bedford Recreation also offers the more traditional outdoor activities. Tennis has surged in popularity during the last few years, and the department has responded by offering courses at various levels. This adult beginners program is held at the Central Bedford Tennis Courts. Here students learn about basic skills such as developing a proper racket grip, how to develop a good serve, backhand and forehand strokes, and the rules of the game. Although students are not expected to become professional tennis players, there is a marked difference in everyone's skill level by the end of each course. Most participants also go on to become regular players. Indoor programs are also an important component of Bedford Recreation's overall operation. Many of these are held at the impressive Dr. Gerald J. LeBrun Memorial Center. Completed in 1972, the center is dedicated to Dr. Gerald LeBrun, a local doctor who was instrumental in raising funds for its completion. The facility includes an ice hockey arena, meeting rooms, recreation department offices, audiovisual facilities, and a large multi-purpose room. This room is used for dozens of activities, such as this ladies' aerobics class. Offered mornings, the course stresses fun as part of the workout. A full aerobic workout done to music allows students, mothers, or anyone with the morning off a chance to keep in shape. The low-cost course includes use of showers and lockers. While attending morning courses such as aerobics, mothers with children can drop them off at one of Bedford's many children's daycare and babysitting programs. These include the Creative Play Center program, daycare, after-school care, kinder gym, and creating together. All are offered during different times and seasons. This daycare program for 3 to 5-year-olds operates Monday through Friday and offers a noon meal and afternoon snack. Nancy McAloney is the child care director.
Preschool programs are two. One is a part-day program and the other is a full-day program. The full-day program has only been in existence since 1985, and it caters children between the ages of 3 and 5. Now that is full day. They are here from 7:30 in the morning till 6 at night. The part-day program also uses themes, and it only runs from September until June. The children are only here for 2.5 hours a day, either 2 days a week or 3 days a week. The school-age care program runs consistently all year round, except for in the summertime it's an all-day program where during the school year is just after school or before school only. We cater to children between the ages of 5 and 10 years of age. The program has been in existence since the fall of '85. We decided there was a need in Bedford for such a program, so we initiated it ourselves. They have puppet shows. We have people that come in. The fire department makes a visit to all our programs, and the police department visit us. We have people in to do craft workshops and do puppet workshops with the children, and we take them on all departments go on various outings over the year.
Karate courses are also held at the LeBrun Center. This course in progress teaches the Cheeto-Roo style of karate, which stresses development of self-confidence and discipline, as well as self-defense. Black belt Jim Claronimos teaches the course.
Teach two courses a week. It's a very successful program. One of the most successful program they have in the recreation. A lot of members, more and more people register every day. The most important thing, I make sure the students keep up their marks in school. That's number one. Again, number two, youngsters, children, you know, they're only age 10, 12, 14, they start smoking, they start drinking, drugs, and by joining karate, I make sure they won't get involved in drugs, they won't get involved in, alcohol or smoking, because they won't be allowed to training if they start smoking and drinking.
The LeBrun Center's ice skating arena is a facility which is much in demand during the winter months. Between figure skating classes, hockey practices, and hockey games, there are few hours when the rink is not in use. These two teams, playing in early spring, were eager to get one last game in before warmer weather arrived. Because of the number and variety of programs offered, Bedford Recreation makes use of many local schools. Here at Bedford Senior Elementary, a children's recreational gymnastics class is underway. Designed for children with no gymnastic training, the course is informal and may simply serve as an exercise activity. Susan Muldowney is one of 3 course instructors.
We teach an introduction course to gymnastics, which is offered to 5, 6, and 7-year-old children from 6 to 7 weekly. And we offer a red, white, and blue program, which is more structured, also for 1 hour from 7 to 8 weekly. When the mothers come and watch the children, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. It's support for the children, of course, but then it can interrupt the program when the children go and run to their parents. But actually, it's overall very good. Yeah.
This ladies' volleyball class is held at Bedford United Church. As with many programs, the course is recreational rather than competitive, and the ladies always have a good time. Program instructor is Louise Fitzgerald.
The program runs 3 10-week sessions. We have usually 16 or 17 registered. Most mornings, 12 show up at least. There's babysitting service upstairs to the recreation department. I don't do any instructing. We just come in and have fun for an hour and a half. Generally, we have the same people. I've been coming for 7 years, and it's pretty well the same people.
Special one-time events are a major part of Bedford Recreation's programs. This canoe trip up the Shubenacadie River, for example, has become a regular event. And of course, Bedford's outdoor program instructor, Cyril Weiss, serves as trip leader.
We've been running this now for the last 6 or 7 years, and each year we do at least 2 trips and sometimes 3. We usually run these, one in the spring and one again in the fall. And the main idea is to introduce people to the various waterways throughout Nova Scotia. We do a little bit of nature study along the way, and we try to encourage people to practice good environmental ethics while we're out on our trips and that sort of thing. This particular trip, we have 13 people along with us, and we usually average between 10 and 25 people on most of our trips. And we've had a couple of families that have been on almost all of the trips that we've done, so at least some of us have seen quite a few of the waterways throughout Nova Scotia. One of the reasons for offering the canoeing clinics is that it gives people a chance to learn the basics, and then by offering the trip shortly after, they then get a chance to participate and practice some of the skills that they've learned.
The planning, sponsorship, and implementation of large-scale special events involving the whole community are also part of the department's responsibility. Participaction Day and the days leading up to it features many special activities in Bedford. One such activity is Sneaker Day, an event that always draws many participants. On this day, employees at offices and stores in Bedford are encouraged to decorate their sneakers and wear them to work. After members of the town's sneaker seekers check out the various offices and stores, awards are given for the most enthusiastic workplace and the most ornately decorated sneakers. Bedford Recreation also sponsors the Great Participaction Day Challenge. During this event, community members register and perform 15 minutes of exercise, while challenging participants in a similar-sized community to do the same. Whichever town gets the highest percentage of population exercising wins. At the end of the day, a large rally is held at Fish Hatchery Park.
Right now, though, I'd like to bring up our mayor because he's got a few words of welcome for you. Could you welcome, please, Bedford Mayor Keith Roberts.
There's a very serious challenge going on. I was called this morning by Mayor Harry Cook from Bridgewater, and the against us the challenge. There's a three-way run this year between Bridgewater, Stony Plain, Alberta, and Bedford, Nova Scotia. So we have to really show them how it's done. And just to update you on the counts, as of 6:30, Bedford participation was 28.8% of the total population. At that same time, Stony Plain was 25% and Bridgewater was 28%. So we were Bridgewater 28, us 28. So it's less than 1 percentage points difference as of 6:30. Now, of course, at that time, you people hadn't signed in. So whatever you do, don't leave unless you've signed the registration tonight, because everybody counts.
The annual Bedford Days celebrations are a very popular series of events spanning almost a week. Activities feature a street parade with neighborhood floats, canoe races, a 10-kilometer run, and other sporting events. On the last day, there is a fireworks display over the Bedford Basin. Because Bedford continues to grow rapidly, the Recreation Department must strive to keep up with the increase in population. This calls for an ongoing planning process with an eye toward long and short-term growth. Just what are the department's plans?
We have to come to grips with the the growing need to develop youth programs. Our staff situation has to expand in that area. And also we're acquiring a number of major tracts of parkland. Now we have to come up with a program of actual development of that parkland.
As part of a 5-year plan, the Range Park is currently being expanded to include an additional baseball field, with future plans calling for a soccer field, a running track, tennis courts, and lawn bowling greens. The 90-acre Admiral's Cove Park is another recent acquisition. Initially, nature trails will be developed, and future plans for the park have yet to be determined.